Every single human being is entitled to have a vision for ourselves. And we would have spoken over the past few Sundays in discussing the concept of how to go about setting a vision for ourselves. The only person that is allowed to not have a vision is that person who is being prepared to be sent to the grave or to the cremation ground. Once there is life, once there is prana, once there is energy within this body, we should always have a dream and a goal and a vision for ourselves. And that is something that we would have beaten to death over the last couple of weeks. But this morning, I would like to ask you this question. Many people know where they would like to be in life. Many of us know what we would like to become in this life. But more than that, many of us know what is required to achieve what we wanted. It is one thing to have a vision, to see ourselves in the future, but the next step after having a vision, it is to know what is required to get there. And the truth is, almost everyone knows what is required. My question to you this morning is, what is it? If this is your predicament, where you have a vision for yourself, and you know what is required to get there, you know what is required to move you in that direction, my question this morning is, what is preventing you? What prevents us from going out and executing the plan, executing putting into motion what is required to achieve what we want in life? Many times people come to pundits and imams and the counselors and advisors, and we ask for advice. But do you know that one of the techniques in dealing with someone who is asking for counsel, it is to ask them their opinion. What do you think is the solution based on the problem that you have come with? And in many instances, if not all, people already have an idea what is required to solve their problems. Sometimes what they're looking for is an endorsement from a balanced-minded person. Sometimes what is required is really a voice that is objective, that brings clarity to what they have in their minds. That's half of counseling. The point this morning with devotees is, we all know, in the most part, what do we have to do, what is required on our part to achieve what we want in life. The question is, what prevents us? What prevents us? What is missing? It is that spark, sometimes, that is called motivation. It is the topic of discussion this morning. Our topic is to discuss that which is referred to as the spark that we need to generate in our own life, that creates and puts into motion that which we have planned for our own self. We're told that motivation, it is that which is required that gives enthusiasm or brings enthusiasm to its boiling point. Motivation, it is that which is required to take enthusiasm to its boiling point. Sometimes we have dreams. Sometimes we have so many beautiful plans for ourselves. But many of us leave those plans right where they started. We never act on them. At the end of our message on defining our vision, we spoke about sometimes we spend so much of our lives analyzing situations. Sometimes we spend so much of our lives evaluating. I wonder if this is the way to go. I wonder if my husband will be happy with this. I wonder if in 3 years this investment in business will really bring the rewards that I think it would now. I wonder and I wonder. And we sit down and we analyze and we evaluate and we interpret. But we stop short of acting. And today, we need to understand and discuss the concept of motivation. Motivation is that which is required that gives enthusiasm or brings enthusiasm to its boiling point. Every human being has needs. What are the basic human needs? Can anyone tell me what is the basic human need? It is? Sorry? Food, shelter, clothing, I'm sure they teach us this in school. What else? Roti, kapra or makan. Those are the basic needs of a human being. They are the physical needs that we need to satisfy. In management school, they teach us about Maslow's theory in terms of the hierarchy of the needs of a human being. But once we satisfy the basic human needs of roti, food, kapra, which is, what is kapra? Clothing, and or makan. What is makan? Shelter, house, home. Once we satisfy the basic physical needs of a human being, the more important challenge it is then to satisfy the emotional need. And then you get into spiritual and so on. But today we're talking about motivation, and motivation talks to our emotional needs. Our emotional needs really are that which require a bigger investment. We're told that every behavior comes out of two things: pain or gain. Those of us who go to the gym, you're familiar with the phrase that goes, no pain, no what? No gain. I have a friend in work, he doesn't like to exercise, so he says no pain, so he's doing nothing. No pain, no pain. But the truth is, we know that if there is no pain, there is no gain. And you say, Babs, why should there be pain? Pain does not necessarily mean we need to inflict injury. Pain means we must sacrifice. Pain means we must give something up. Said another way, it is something has to give for something to get. What is it that you want in your life? What are the gains that you want in your life? The children, what is the primary gain at this stage in your life? The gain is what you would like to gain. Passing your subjects, right? Getting a good result in your examinations, right? Going to the schools that you want, right? Angel? And then getting the job that you want, right? Those are the gains that you see. What are some of the pains to get that? Nobody knows what are the pains? The pains are setting aside timetable to study. The pains are discipline in sleeping, which we spoke about last week. The pains are giving up a movie, giving up a line with the friends, so that you can. But the gain is, the pain rather is discipline and sacrifice. You can define that in many, many other ways. But something has to gain, or something has to give for something to get. And this is why, from a student's perspective, we must decide what it is we would like to give up so that we will get what we want. In relationships, what is it you must give up for something to get? When two people come together, I often hear young boys and girls say, man, we're so much alike. Perfect match. The perfect match doesn't mean that you have to be alike. You heard me say this before. Because when you have two people who are exactly the same, there's no need for one. But when people come together with their differences, whether it's husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, boss and subordinate, whatever it is, when people come together and they bring differences to that relationship, then something has to give for something to get. Because as human beings, we are entitled to be different. As a matter of fact, we are encouraged to bring to the table our differences once we know how to manage them. And here the concept is, in building your relationships, whether it's family, a circle of friends, or within the working environment, we need to know what has to give for something else to get. What is the pain that we need to endure? What is the sacrifice? What is the discipline we must go through so that we will gain elsewhere?